Hi, here's another video. I've got this Candy Smart Pro 10 kilo tumble dryer, which I've just purchased as spares and repairs. I'll show you around it here. And on the back you can see someone's been having the attempt to repair it because some of the screws are missing off the blower cover. Okay, let me just check the power supply, make sure there's no damage, check it to the machine. That seems okay. So I'll just show you around the machine. And inside here, this is the lint filter. Got a bit of a lint in it from the possible last successful repair. Have to get that clean. And down here we've got the condenser unit. Just pop that out and do these tabs. And you can see it's quite tidy. It looks new actually. Got a little bit of fluff on it, but I've seen worse. It is quite tidy. Let's put it to one side for a minute. Let me just show inside here, where there's always a buildup of lint. This one's not too bad. Let me just put this camera inside here so I can show you. Bit of lint inside here, which isn't too bad. And you've got this panel where there's a reservoir here, which I'm going to have to remove and clean inside because it's always full of lint. Okay, so let me just plug the machine in, give it a try. Switched it on. So far so good. It's reported E22 error. And as reported, E21 error. As reported, it has got the error. So what I'm going to do is disconnect the plug. And then what I'm going to do is see if I can repair it and strip the whole thing down, give it a clean. So here you can see me just dismantling the machine lively. And let me just slow this part down here because I'm just going to take a picture of these wiring diagrams on the back of the control panel. So when I put it back together, and you can see me just removing the back cover and the heater, which is more than likely the problem. Okay, so I've stripped it down as far as I intend to, and you see there's a buildup of lint inside here. I have seen worse, but there is a buildup of lint inside the machine. You can see it at the bottom there. And you can see the panels which I've removed. I'm going to give them all a clean. And this is the blower cover. You can see a bit of burning there. Covers the heater. Let me go around the back here. There's obviously been a fire inside of the heating element. You see the marks there. And this is the heating element here. There's been a buildup of lint and it's caught fire. Possibly due to poor maintenance. Okay, so I've managed to locate another heater and I purchased it for $33.95 off the internet. Gotta wait for that to arrive. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is just pop this heater out and just unplug it here, and then you just pull this grommet out and then undo this clip here, cable tidy, and the plug should just come out the hole here. And that's the heater unit there, heating element, which is damaged, which is more than likely causing the E21 error. Okay, put that to one side. So I'm going to continue to clean the machine. Let me show you here. Put the machine on its side. There's a little reservoir on the bottom here, which you get a buildup of lint. So what you can see me doing here is just undoing the valve for the water tank. Get that out of the way. Undo the two screws to show inside here. There's always a buildup of lint inside here. So what I'm going to do is give it a blast with my jet wash and see if anything comes out. And you saw a big clump just dropped out there, came out. Couldn't undo the cover because the screws are rusted, so I'm just going to blast it out from this end. As you can see, I'm just giving it a blast, see if I can get rid of some more of the lint. Okay, so I'm just going to give the whole condenser housing a blast, as you can see here at the inside. But there's a strong build of lint inside, and here you see I'm just going to do the whole thing. The whole thing's covered in lint on the inside, so I'm just giving it a blast, get rid of it, get it nice and clean. And this is the back. You can see burn marks from before. I'm just cleaning the fan here. Let me see if I can try and scrub this burn mark off the back here. A bit of fairy liquid. Did a decent job, I suppose. And I'll just continue to clean the whole unit with the whole thing back. Get rid of all the lint. And as you can see, I've put the machine upside down. I've got to clean the underside as well. Let me just put this to one side, because what I'm going to do now is clean all the parts that I've removed, because they're also covered in lint. This is the blower cover. Give it a blast. You get the front panel. In the front panel there, a lot of lint around that. It's the door, bottom cover, top cover. This is some of the seal, and inside the drum there's always a built of lint inside here at the back of the drum. See if I can blast it out. And that's the door seal there, and the lint filter. And then it's going to give the condenser is fairly clean, but I'm going to give it a blast anyway. Get rid of all the lint from inside there also. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to put the whole lot inside my shed to dry out for a week. Obviously I'm not going to jet this section because it's got sensitive electronics, so I'm just going to give it a clean up with some wet wipes. Like I said, I've ordered the heater, just got to wait for that. So in the meantime, I'm just going to inspect this one, see what I can find inside. More than likely damaged, as they usually are. I'm just going to do these tabs here and open the unit up. And you can see inside there, there's quite clearly there's been a fire inside here. All the wires are fused together and come off. A little close up there. Get a closer look. See there, the wires are fused together and one of them's come off. But I've ordered a new heater element anyway. Okay, and the next week I've got all the parts nice and dry. Weather's a bit crap outside, so I'm going to have to do this inside, put it back together. See all the panels I've got there, nice and dry now, nice and clean and lint free. Also, there's a float chamber here. I've removed it because in the bottom there, that was also full of lint, so I had to give that a blast also. See, it's nice and clean now. And let me just show inside the condenser housing. Get the camera in there. See, it's nice and clean and clear of lint. And that's the bottom panel, which I couldn't remove because the screws are rusted. Let me show inside it. But I've managed to blast all the lint from inside of it, or most of it, the ones I can get. So I'm pretty happy with that inside of this. And this is the bottom of the reservoir where the water tank fits onto. So I'm just going to put the valve back on, which I removed last week. Screw that back on. The water tank clips onto this water reservoir, and then all I've got to do now is pop this float assembly back in. A little bit fiddly, it's just held in by 2 screws, so I've just sped this section up because it is a little bit fiddly to get back in. It took a while. You can see there I've got it back in, and it's just 2 retaining screws which hold it in place. Now that they're screwed in, I'll just test the micro switch for the float. Once I've took these wires out of the way, and that's 2 successful clicks there, so that seems to be working fine. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. So what I'm going to do is, this is the wire for the heater, the connector, so I'm just going to stick that out the back and make sure it stays out there. Let me show you here. You'll see where I've done that later. I'll stick the connector for the heater at the back. So what I'm going to do now is reassemble the machine, and it takes about half an hour, so I'll just speed this section up. I'll just do this section lively. You can see I'm just reassembling the machine. Just putting all the parts together, and it's pretty much done there. So let me just see, I've left the rear blower cover, and I got the old heater unit there on the side. So what I'm going to do is just flip it around so I can show you down here. As I said before, I've left the plug sticking out the back for the heating elements because I'm going to fit it. Okay, so the heating element has arrived. Just get it out of this bag. It's the original candy element. Show you there. So it just hooks onto the back of the machine like so, and then it's just 2 screws which hold it in place. And just pop them in lively. And then all I've got to do is plug the new unit in. Like I said, I've got a socket hanging out the back there. Plug it in there, and let me just give you a closer look. I'm going to use this wire to reinsert the clip, the retainer clip. So if I just put a loop in it and just pop it through this hole here, a small hole where the clip goes through, and get it coming through the bigger hole, as you can see here. So all I've got to do is hook it around this clip, which holds the wire out of the way from the drum. Just hook it around the clip like so. Let me give you a slower angle, slower speed, so I can show you exactly what I'm doing. You see, I've got it hooked around the clip, so all I've got to do is feed the whole thing in and pull the wire through, and it should reinsert the clip. As you can see I'm doing there. And you heard that clip snap in place. So let me just get rid of this wire. And it's just a case of put my finger in, make sure the wires are out of the way, and popping this grommet back in. Like so. Make sure that wire is tucked back. So now it's just a matter of fitting the blower cover. Okay, so here's the blower cover. Just gonna put that back on. There were some screws missing, but I've got some spares, so it's just a matter of just speed this section up because there's about 15 screws that are around the outside. So I'll just speed this section up and put all the screws in there. And just get close up here. You see I've got all the screws in. There was some missing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just test it, switch it on. And as you can see here, the error has gone away. So I'm just going to test it with a full load of wet towels. Just bang them in there. And press start. And that seems successful. It's now running with no error. So I'm just going to zoom through this is going for about 40 minutes, so I'm just going to fast forward. I'm going to swipe to the right forwards at different stages. As you see, it's running along nicely. And here it's at the back end. It's just about to finish. 1 minute left, or less than. And there you see it's finished its cycle. See, it says the end on there and it's beeping. Let me give you a closer look. And at the end of every cycle, it will tell you to clean the filters. You see there? Clean the lint filter. Just pop this camera back on and get these towels out. And you see the towels are nice and dry. I can get them all out. Just fold them up, put them on the top. So what I'm going to do, you're supposed to do this at the end of every cleaning cycle, drying cycle, sorry. You can see it's got lint in there. So I'm just going to use my Hoover to wrap that up, just get rid of it. I'm going to clean this filter after every cycle and clean this condenser once a month, according to manufacturer's recommendations. See the lint filter is nice and clean there. Let me just chuck that down for a minute, because what I've got to do is empty the water tank. Let me just take that off and show you. That's the water tank there. You see there's water, condensed water built up inside. Just tip that out. Just empty that out and pop it back in. And let's pop this lint filter back in. Let me just show you here. Got towels here, nice and dry. So I think that's a successful repair. So with that, thanks for watching once again, and please subscribe.